Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at the Sharper Image DX-4 live stream FPV quadcopter. Now the drone comes in this neat looking rectangular box. It mentions that it has live stream view with VR headset. It does come with a headset right there, and I believe Sharper Image sells this cell phone holder for virtual viewing separately, so you would get that with this package here. And it has the features here on the side: 6-axis gyro stabilization, rechargeable design, and so on and so forth. And the back of the box shows the VR headset with the drone and the controller. So let's open this up and check it out. So we bring this down here like this. Pull this out. There we go. And here at the bottom are the instructions. Let's lift this plastic cover up. And here we essentially start having everything shown here. First off, we've got instruction manuals and contents listing right here on the brochures there. We have the quadcopter right here. And as you can see here, here's the camera. Now it does say that it's HD streaming, so you can tilt this one, which is really neat. You can tilt it all the way down. You can tilt it up a little bit. It has these foam stoppers on the bottom of each leg, an on-off switch, this area here where you charge. Now unfortunately, this does not have removable batteries. The battery is built in. So even though it gives it a decent flight time, it's about a little over an hour charge for about close to a 10-minute flight time. The fact that it's built in, there's no way of, swapping batteries. So that's probably the biggest con with this drone here. But it does have a cool looking design. It has these removable blade guards that you do have to screw and unscrew to remove, but they do protect in case you crash into any objects. And there is no SD card slot for this. You do all your recording through your cell phone and using the app. And you have some lights here that are pretty neat. See, if you turn them on, you can see the lights. And that's basically it. You can see the DX-4 design there. This has the same traditional design as all the other DX Sharper Image drones. And it's pretty lightweight considering the size. It is a pretty lightweight drone. So that's that. We'll look more into that in a second. Here's the transmitter. It's kind of wedged in there pretty well. And it also has the standard design for these DX drones where you have all this space here to hold it, and then all the controls are towards the top. Now, one thing about this quadcopter is it does have pretty good range, for its class. It's kind of like almost a toy drone, but yet it does have pretty good range, and it's probably due to the fact that this thing takes a whopping 6 AA batteries. So this probably has very good range, good transmission signal. So that's why the quadcopter gets a range of about, I'd say 500 feet or more. So that is a plus, but on the downside, you do have to get quite a few batteries for this controller here. It has all the standard controls, throttle and rudder. Here are your trims. This is the auto takeoff, auto land. This is your auto orientation. I believe this is like enters headless mode or takes off headless mode. These are your speed rates. So it's high, medium, and low. Your on-off switch. Your directional trims. And then at the top here, you have a dedicated flip button right here, or stunt button right there where it says stunt. And then you just hit that and go in whichever direction you want, and it will flip in that direction. And aside from that, that's it. There's no other extra controls on here. One thing to add is in the box included, aside from this customer service brochure here, included is this mount right here. This little mount, and it has a screw there, and basically the way this works is you put it right here on the top, and then and there is a screw, and then once you screw that in, you can just fold this over and then put your cellular device on the controller like that. And this holds a pretty good size cell phone, and so yeah, that's included along with the spare propellers. And then a charger here. This is a USB charger. While it's charging, there's a little red light, and then you plug this into the back of the drone, and then you've got your VR goggles here. And it comes with like an extra strap here if you want to use that. But here are the VR goggles from the Sharper Image, and this is one big button here, so you basically like push this to open it, and then you put your cell phone in here and close it, and you've got your viewing area there and your straps. So it is a pretty cool looking VR headset here that you can put your cellular or mobile device in there. So that's essentially it for the package. And so we're going to look into a first time setup of this and take it out for a flight. Now, running through a first time flight of this drone, once you have your mobile device mount installed on the controller and you have your cell phone in place, the first step is you would turn on the quadcopter like so. You'd flick the switch on and you'd see the lights, and you turn that on. The next step would be you would turn on the transmitter like so. Then the next step is you have to bind both of them together, and that's done through just bringing the throttle downward like so, and you'll hear a beep. Then you'll see a quick blink on the quadcopter, and then it becomes solid like this, and that means you're bound. My guess is that quick blink was the initial first time gyro calibration that it does automatically, and once it stops, now it's ready for takeoff. So you want to ensure that the drone is on a smooth flat surface without moving when you bind the controller with the quadcopter. Now you want to connect the mobile app to the quadcopter. So first we're going to go into the Wi-Fi. So once you enter your mobile device's Wi-Fi settings, you will see this quadcopter listed as 360 flight. So you would connect to that, and there is no Wi-Fi password or anything like that, so it's automatically connected. Now we go into the app. This one right here, it's called 360 Flight, and that's in the Android and iOS app store. So let's enter that. And it's a pretty straightforward app, and the primary use of the app is mainly for Wi-Fi FPV streaming. You cannot control this quadcopter using this app like some other drones. So you'll be greeted with these two initial options: either go to the album where your stored video or pictures are, or start streaming. So we're going to start streaming. And as you can see here, we already have a feed with the quadcopter's camera. So that's essentially it. So this little icon here will allow you to go back to that main menu. This one here gives you the VR option to split the screen and put this in your goggles of your sharper image goggles. And this will allow you to invert the camera or upside down, flip it upside down. This will allow you to take pictures. This will allow you to take video. And this will allow you to go into the gallery where you have your videos and photos already stored. And that's essentially it. So let's take it out for a little flight and see this in action.